Hey y'all, welcome to Simple Sanctuary. I'm coming to you today from my home office. Even when there is not a global pandemic, I am regularly a work from home employee, and I have gotten a surprising number of requests over the past week for some work from home advice and tips. And so I'm going to give you some of the things that I have found that are a big help to me in my usual day-to-day. So starting with your workspace. The two most important things to know about setting up your workspace is that number one, you want to find a space where you can ignore 90% of what's going on in your home. I know some of you, have things that you just can't ignore, so 90% may not be the number for you. But in general, you want a place where you can kind of isolate. So for example, this is my office space. I've got the curtains drawn a little bit just so you guys can see it a little better without too much glare. You can see it's not perfect. I don't have, Pinterest worthy art on the walls or anything. It's still pretty. It's very functional, but this is where I work every single day. And as you can tell, it's pretty isolated from the rest of the house. It is amazing the amount of distractions that can pop up when you're working from home. Things that you never realized needed cleaning until you're sitting there staring at it for 8 hours a day. The other thing to keep in mind when you're setting up your workspace is that you don't want to work in your favorite part of the house. Now, you might be going into this thinking, this is going to help motivate me to work, this is going to encourage me, this is going to make working so much more pleasant. And to an extent, that might be true. However, especially right now where everyone is basically quarantined and stuck at home, save your favorite space for moments of self-care, for when you are pursuing your hobbies, for when you're just unwinding at the end of the day. That is when you should go to your favorite space. It'll keep it special. That might sound counterintuitive, but trust me. Obviously, my favorite space is my garden. I really can't work from the garden. Sometimes I'll try and push it and work from the back porch, but I never make it out there for more than like 45 minutes before I'm like, no, I've really got to go back into the office. So save your favorite spaces for your favorite times. All right, the next topic we're going to address is your routine. And I think this is something that can really throw off a lot of people who aren't used to working from home. We have this concept of if you work from home, you can wake up at the last minute, roll out of bed, open up your computer, and boom, you're at work. It takes you like 30 seconds. This is honestly a really unhealthy way to work from home. Even though I work from home and don't technically have to be in the office until 9, I get up at 5:30 or 6 every morning anyway. It gives me plenty of time to get things done. I can kind of amp up or gear up to prepare for my work day. I do not wake up just, a hair's breadth away from needing to start work. Now, some of you I know have fairly significant commutes. I recommend taking that commute time and putting it towards either self-care or using that bonus time for chores. I know that does not sound very sexy or life-altering. I take 1 hour out of every morning and dedicate that to doing some household chores. I consider this like my mental commute into work. This next one, it's kind of an overlap between your routine and your workspace, but I very strongly recommend leaving your work in your workspace when you sign off at the end of the day. Leave your laptop that you are using for work or your computer that you're using for work, whatever it is you're using, in your workspace. Do not take it with you to the couch. You're going to be very tempted at the end of the day just to kind of like pick it up, take it with you to the couch or wherever it is you're going to relax, and start doing whatever from that laptop. Don't do that. Just because it helps create that mental divide between on time and off time. My last suggestion about your daily routine is to be sure and take breaks. You're gonna feel kind of like, since you're at home, you're probably a little more comfortable than you would be in the office. you're not going to need to take as many breaks. And that's just not true. You need to take breaks to be able to focus. When you're working from home, as you've probably noticed, there's a lot of distractions. If there's something that is nagging at you, take 5 to 10 minutes to address it so that you can focus and actually do quality work. So if there's something you just can't leave alone, give yourself 5 to 10 minutes to address it, then go back to work. If it's just simply that you can't focus, get up, take a walk around your home, your apartment, your building. Take 5 to 10 minutes. Take your break. The last thing that I want to address is I've had several friends express, and I don't know what feeling to really call this. I'm calling it monotony. I have suggestions there as well. The first one is going to be the hardest one to do. And that one is to limit your post-work screen time. One of the things that can make it difficult is if you've been sitting, on your couch, on your work laptop all day, and then after work, you are either in the same position or, a similar position, maybe in the same room, same area of the house. It's gonna feel like you did the same thing all day. And when you repeat that, it can just be really, really draining. I strongly recommend doing anything else than looking at a screen after work. So those are my triage work from home tips for those of you who have found yourself working from home for the first time when maybe you never expected to. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you still have questions about working from home on how to make things more productive or more efficient or just less blah, please leave your questions in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, hit the thumbs up button. We will be getting back to regularly scheduled programming after this video. I have all sorts of great things going on in the garden. So if you'd like to follow along as we try to grow about 1/3 of our own food this summer, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll be talking to you soon. Hey guys, it's the next day. You can tell I was not planning on filming today but I just wanted to kind of reinforce what I said last night about I desperately needed a break. It's lunchtime for me, so rather than just kind of sit in the house going stir crazy, I came out and weeded my front garden bed. So my lunch break today was putting on my favorite podcast and weeding, and look at how wonderfully weed-free this bed now is. I don't know if I have ever enjoyed weeding that much in my life, but hot dang if I didn't need it. Anyway, thanks again for watching, you guys. I hope your work from home goes well. Talk soon.